Before you reach for that coffee mug, here's something your bones are begging you to know. One simple breakfast change can flood your body with natural calcium and give you stronger, steadier bones before lunchtime. No pills, no side effects, just real food that works. You see, by the time most people hit 60, they've already lost up to 20% of their bone mass without even realizing it. It doesn't happen overnight. It's slow, it's quiet, and it's almost always blamed on aging. But here's the truth. Your bones aren't crumbling because of age. They're starving. Yes, starving. Not just for calcium, but for the right kind of calcium. The kind that your body actually absorbs, stores, and uses to rebuild. And here's the secret most supplement ads won't tell you. Timing matters. Your body is primed to absorb nutrients most efficiently in the morning, especially after a night of fasting. That's why breakfast is your golden window. Miss that, and you miss your shot at natural recovery. So let's talk about your new morning ritual. And no, it's not kale smoothies or expensive powders. We're talking about warm, comforting, familiar foods, like the kind your grandmother might have made, but with a modern twist to make them bone-building powerhouses. Take oats, for example. On their own, they're decent. But stir in a spoonful of almond butter, a handful of chia seeds, and a splash of fortified oat milk, and suddenly, you've got a calcium-rich breakfast bowl that rivals most pills on the market. And it doesn't stop there. Calcium isn't just about bones. It's about balance, about protecting you from the kind of falls that lead to hip fractures. It's about feeling stable when you climb stairs. It's about walking into your kitchen with confidence and not holding on to the counter. And here's the kicker. None of these meals require complicated prep, fancy ingredients, or hours in the kitchen. They're simple, they're satisfying, and most importantly, they work. Coming up, we'll walk you through 6 more calcium-rich breakfasts that turn everyday foods into bone-boosting medicine. You'll learn what to pair, what to avoid, and the one tiny trick that makes calcium actually stick to your bones. But first, let's clear up a dangerous myth that's keeping millions of seniors from actually absorbing the calcium they eat every day. You've heard it 1,000 times. Milk does a body good. But here's what they don't tell you. For many seniors, especially those over 60, regular cow's milk might actually be doing more harm than good. That's not scare talk. It's science. As we age, our ability to digest lactose, the sugar in milk, starts to decline. That means for millions of seniors, drinking milk leads to bloating, gas, inflammation, and ironically, poor calcium absorption. The very thing you're drinking for your bones could be irritating your gut and blocking the nutrients your bones are begging for. And here's where most people get stuck. They think giving up milk means giving up calcium. Not even close. Enter one of the most bone-loving breakfast swaps you can make: calcium-fortified plant-based milks. Oat milk, almond milk, even soy milk. These are often enriched with more absorbable calcium than dairy, and without the digestion drama. Pair that with smart morning choices, and you've got a winning recipe for stronger bones without the discomfort. So, what does that look like on your plate? Let's say it's a chilly morning. Instead of cereal with cow's milk, try warming up a bowl of calcium-fortified oatmeal made with oat milk. Toss in some chopped figs. Yes, figs, which are surprisingly loaded with calcium, and top it off with a dollop of Greek yogurt for a boost of protein. Not only is it creamy and delicious, it's also packed with everything your bones need to start rebuilding. And speaking of protein, there's another myth we need to break. Many seniors think calcium is the only thing that matters. But the truth is, calcium needs a carrier to get into your bones. That carrier? Protein. Without enough protein at breakfast, your body can't effectively use the calcium you're eating. So yes, those nuts, seeds, yogurts, and eggs, they matter. A lot. When you combine them with calcium-rich foods, you create the perfect internal environment for bone repair. Now let's bring it all together. When you wake up tomorrow morning, instead of grabbing toast and jam, or worse, skipping breakfast entirely, imagine sitting down to a creamy, fortified bowl of chia overnight oats, or a tofu scramble with leafy greens and a side of citrus, or a smoothie that blends almond milk, kale, banana, and tahini into one glass of liquid strength. Because that's the real secret here. It's not about eating one magic food. It's about stacking tiny changes into a breakfast routine that works for your body, your bones, and your lifestyle. Coming up next, we'll reveal the overlooked fruit that packs more calcium than a glass of milk, and how just one serving a day can help reduce the risk of fractures by up to 35%. You probably have it in your fridge right now. You've walked past it 100 times at the grocery store. You might even have a few sitting in your fridge right now. But what most people don't realize is that this everyday fruit quietly delivers a powerful dose of bone-building nutrients, calcium included. And no, it's not oranges, and it's definitely not bananas. It's figs. Yes, figs. These little gems are more than just a sweet treat. Just 4 dried figs contain around 120 milligrams of calcium, nearly as much as half a glass of milk. But it's not just the calcium content that makes them special. Figs are loaded with magnesium, potassium, and vitamin K, nutrients that work together to help your bones retain density and stay strong as you age. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Researchers have found that people who eat figs regularly tend to have better bone mineral density, especially in the spine and hips. That means fewer fractures, better posture, and more confidence doing everyday things like walking, gardening, or reaching up to the top shelf without worrying about a fall. The best part? You don't need to eat a whole bowl of figs. A few in your morning meal can go a long way. Toss them into oatmeal. Blend them into smoothies. Chop them up into yogurt. You'll be feeding your bones while satisfying your sweet tooth. Now, let's make it even more powerful. Pair figs with vitamin D, because calcium can't get into your bones without it. That's right, you could be eating all the calcium in the world, but if you're low on vitamin D, it's like sending a letter without a mailbox. Your body doesn't know where to deliver it. So how do you fix that? Simple. Combine figs with a breakfast that includes eggs, mushrooms, or fortified dairy alternatives, all natural sources of vitamin D. Better yet, eat your fig-filled breakfast near a sunny window. Just 10 to 15 minutes of morning sun on your skin can kickstart your body's own vitamin D production. It's nature's way of helping you absorb what you eat. Let's put it all together. Picture this: a slice of whole grain toast, layered with almond butter, thinly sliced fresh figs, and a drizzle of honey. On the side, a soft-boiled egg and a glass of calcium-fortified orange juice. It's a meal that feels indulgent, but it's secretly rebuilding the very structure of your body. And that's just one idea. Coming up, we'll reveal a secret you won't find on any nutrition label: the kitchen seasoning that can quietly strip calcium from your bones, and the exact morning swap that neutralizes it in seconds. You're trying to eat healthy. You've got your oats, maybe some fruit, a slice of toast. Seems innocent enough, right? But here's the bone-breaking truth. One of the most common ingredients in breakfast foods is secretly pulling calcium out of your bones. It doesn't show up on calcium labels, it's not discussed in most nutrition guides, and worst of all, it's hiding in your favorite morning staples. We're talking about salt, not just the kind you shake on eggs. It's in your bagels, your toast, your breakfast sausage, even some cereals labeled healthy. And here's what decades of research confirms. When you consume too much sodium, your kidneys respond by excreting more calcium in your urine. Translation? You eat calcium, your body flushes it away. In fact, for every 2,300 milligrams of sodium, the amount in just one fast food breakfast, you can lose up to 40 milligrams of calcium. Day after day, year after year, that adds up. It's like trying to fill a leaky bucket. No wonder so many seniors struggle to maintain bone strength even with supplements. But the good news? Fixing it is easy. You don't have to give up flavor, you just have to be smart about it. Start with swaps. Instead of processed breakfast meats like bacon or ham, go for a veggie omelet with mushrooms, spinach, and herbs. Skip the salted butter and opt for avocado or almond butter, both of which bring healthy fats and calcium, without the sodium spike. And if you're reaching for cereal, check the label. Look for one with under 140 milligrams of sodium per serving, and pair it with a potassium-rich food like banana or kiwi. Potassium helps counteract the calcium loss caused by sodium. It's like giving your bones a shield while you eat. You can even train your taste buds to crave less salt. After just 2 weeks of lowering sodium, your natural sense of flavor starts to come back, meaning herbs, spices, and real ingredients taste better without all the salt. Suddenly, your meals feel brighter, fresher, and your bones are better off for it. But we're not stopping there. Because the next calcium-packed breakfast is so unexpected, it's practically a cheat code for bone strength. It's warm, satisfying, and, believe it or not, it starts with something that's usually served at dinner. Coming up next, we'll show you how this savory morning twist is turning heads in senior nutrition, and how to make it in under 10 minutes. Forget pancakes. Forget sugary cereals. The real star of senior breakfasts? It's a savory, comforting bowl that looks more like lunch, but works like medicine for your bones. Bone broth. Yes, you read that right. More and more seniors are swapping sugary breakfasts for warm, protein-packed bowls of bone broth-based meals, and the results are incredible. This isn't just a trendy buzzword. It's backed by research and rooted in ancient healing traditions. Bone broth is rich in calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and collagen, all the raw materials your body needs to rebuild and strengthen bone tissue. Plus, it's easy on digestion, hydrating, and naturally packed with protein. Exactly what your bones and joints are craving after a night's rest. Now, you don't need to sip plain broth out of a mug. Let's make this something you'll actually look forward to. Picture this: a steaming bowl of savory breakfast quinoa or brown rice, simmered in bone broth instead of water. Add wilted spinach, soft scrambled eggs, and a sprinkle of sesame seeds or nutritional yeast on top. Not only is it comforting and filling, but it also delivers calcium, protein, and minerals in a warm, one-pot wonder. And here's the secret weapon: collagen. Bone broth is one of the best natural sources of collagen, which isn't just good for skin and joints. It's essential for bone structure. Your bones aren't just made of calcium. They're built on a collagen matrix that gives them flexibility and strength. Without it, bones become brittle. Collagen keeps them resilient. This savory shift does something else too. It helps stabilize blood sugar. Starting your day with protein and fat instead of sugar prevents the energy crashes that leave you tired and shaky by mid-morning. That's especially important for seniors managing blood pressure, diabetes, or energy dips. But most importantly, this kind of breakfast sticks. It keeps you full. It gives your bones exactly what they need, and it sets you up for a day of confidence and strength. And here's the beauty of it: it's customizable. Vegetarian? Use mushroom or miso broth and add tofu. Need more calcium? Toss in kale, white beans, or tahini. Want to batch cook? Make a big pot and reheat a portion every morning in under 5 minutes. In just one bowl, you've hit almost every nutrient your bones need. No pills, no powders. Just food that works with your body, not against it. Next up, we're heading into the easiest, high-calcium breakfast of all. No cooking, no chopping, just blend, sip, and go. It's a favorite among dietitians, and it packs more bone benefits than some full meals. Some mornings, you've got time. Other mornings, not so much. Maybe there's a doctor's appointment, a grandkid's school run, or maybe you just want something quick that actually does something for your body. That's where the bone-building smoothie comes in. Fast, powerful, and surprisingly delicious. Now, before you roll your eyes, this isn't some trendy green sludge. We're talking about rich, creamy, satisfying blends that taste more like dessert than health food. But they're quietly working behind the scenes to rebuild your bones. Let's start with the base: calcium-fortified plant milk. almond, soy, oat. Pick your favorite. Just make sure it's fortified. That gives you a strong calcium foundation right off the bat. Next, toss in a banana. It's not just for creaminess. Bananas are rich in potassium, which helps your body hold on to calcium instead of excreting it. Plus, it balances out sodium, which, as we've seen, can rob your bones if left unchecked. Add a big spoon of plain Greek yogurt or silken tofu for a protein punch. Remember, protein is the delivery system that drives calcium into your bones. Without it, you're not building anything. Then come the surprise ingredients. A tablespoon of chia seeds or ground flax seeds adds omega-3s and plant-based calcium. A dash of cinnamon not only adds flavor but helps regulate blood sugar. And for those looking for a big boost, a teaspoon of tahini, that's right, sesame paste, is one of the highest plant sources of calcium you can find. Blend it all together and you've got a portable, drinkable, bone-boosting breakfast that takes less time to make than a cup of coffee. And it tastes like a treat. But here's the part most people miss. When you drink your smoothie mathematically balanced, you turn it from a snack into a powerful fuel source. That means calcium plus protein, healthy fats plus fiber, vitamin D from fortified milk or a supplement, plus magnesium found in seeds and bananas. That combo isn't just good for your bones. It helps your brain, your gut, your energy, all of it. And here's the thing. When your mornings start with this kind of nourishment, you feel it. You're more steady on your feet. Your muscles work better. You're not starving an hour later. And over time, that adds up to stronger bones, fewer falls, and more freedom. Coming up next, we'll wrap it all together with a simple, one-page morning blueprint. A daily breakfast guide you can follow every day to fuel your bones without stress or supplements. But first, one last myth to crush. Isn't it too late to build bone in your 60s, 70s, or 80s? Not even close. And here's why. Let's tackle the elephant in the room. If you've ever thought, it's too late for me, my bones are already too far gone, you're not alone. Millions of seniors believe that once they reach a certain age, bone loss is just something they have to accept. But here's what the science actually says. It's never too late. Bone is living tissue. It breaks down, yes, but it also rebuilds. And that rebuilding process continues well into your 70s, 80s, and even beyond. The catch, you have to give your body the right tools, and breakfast is where it all begins. One major study out of Tufts University followed seniors over 65 and found that those who made small, consistent changes to their diets, adding calcium, protein, vitamin D, and reducing sodium, saw measurable improvements in bone density in just 12 months. Not just maintenance, improvement. This isn't just about numbers on a scan. It's about everyday life. It's about getting out of bed without stiffness, climbing stairs without clutching the rail, reaching for the top shelf without that quiet worry in the back of your mind. It's about freedom, confidence, and staying active, on your terms, and it doesn't require extreme dieting, expensive supplements, or hours in the kitchen. It just takes awareness, intention, the choice to start your day not with empty calories but with fuel that works with your body. Everything we've talked about, bone broth bowls, fig-topped oats, fortified smoothies, calcium-rich scrambles, they're not just recipes, they're a signal to your body that you're still building, still growing, still in control. And that message? It matters more than you know. Because when you believe your body can heal, it responds. When you nourish your bones, they listen. When you make breakfast count, the rest of your day changes. So here's what to remember. You don't have to do it all at once. You don't need a perfect morning routine or a flawless diet. Just one better choice each morning. A better bowl, a smarter sip, a breakfast that builds instead of breaks. And if you're still wondering whether these changes are worth it, ask your future self, the one who walks taller, who moves with strength, who doesn't just age, but thrives. Now let's put it all together. Coming up next, your one-page bone-strong breakfast blueprint, a simple daily cheat sheet you can follow every morning. No thinking, no guesswork, just real food, real results, and real confidence in every bite. Let's bring it all home. You've learned that calcium isn't just about pills. It's about timing. It's about pairing the right nutrients. And most of all, it's about consistency. So here's your bone-strong breakfast blueprint, a simple go-to routine you can follow every morning to rebuild, protect, and energize your bones, one bite at a time. Start with your base, calcium-fortified plant milk or bone broth. Whether it's in your smoothie or simmering under your oats, this is your foundation. It delivers usable, absorbable calcium right when your body is most ready for it, first thing in the morning. Then add protein. It's the delivery system your bones need. Think Greek yogurt, tofu, eggs, or a handful of seeds. No protein means your calcium won't know where to go. Next, include one bone-smart fruit or veggie, figs, kale, bananas, or leafy greens like spinach. These bring potassium, magnesium, and fiber, all essential for helping your body hold on to calcium instead of flushing it out. Then layer in your healthy fats. A spoonful of tahini, a slice of avocado, some ground flax or chia. These support hormone health, reduce inflammation, and keep your bones from becoming brittle and dry. And don't forget the salt check. Reduce processed breakfast items. Use herbs, spices, or citrus to flavor your meals instead of relying on sodium-heavy shortcuts. Lastly, take a moment to move toward the light. Whether it's sipping your smoothie by a sunny window or stepping outside for 10 minutes, that morning dose of vitamin D helps lock everything in place. It's the final key that opens the door for calcium to reach your bones. That's it. No guesswork, no overwhelm. Just 5 to 10 minutes in the morning, and you're feeding your bones everything they need to grow stronger, steadier, and more resilient with every passing day. Because here's what most people miss. Bone strength isn't built in a doctor's office. It's built in your kitchen, at your table, in the first quiet minutes of the day, before the world gets noisy. That's your power. That's your medicine. And it starts with breakfast. So tomorrow morning, before the emails, before the news, before the rush, ask yourself one simple question. What am I giving my bones today? You already know the answer. And if this helped you rethink your breakfast plate, wait until you see what these foods can do for your joints, posture, and balance. That's all coming in the next video.